Now let's talk about specific objections to doing an inspection. Now, there are two different scenarios I want to talk about here. The first is where you are getting a neighborhood started. You haven't done any work in the neighborhood. You don't know anyone. It's a tough sale. Think of this first time through the neighborhood as just building credibility. In this situation, don't worry about taking a no right now. It's perfectly fine in this situation to give a homeowner your card and say, you know, with the damage we have here in this neighborhood, I'm sure I'll be in this neighborhood all season. Here's my card. I'll stop by again after you've seen some of our work. The other situation you have is after you've done a couple installs in the neighborhood. In this situation, you should have a lot more confidence and expect to close a lot higher percentage of the homes. Now is the time to really go for it. Whatever objection you get, take a shot, ask a question. What do you have to lose? If you walk away, it's a guaranteed no. If you ask and don't get it, it's still a no. So ask a question, keep the conversation going, and there's a chance you might get the roof. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the fact that most consumers need, on average, 7 touches before they will do business with you. So the more touches you can get on a homeowner before you knock the door, the more likely you are to succeed. So how do you touch someone you've never met? Well, if they see our marketing online, there's 1 touch before you even get to the neighborhood. Seeing the truck is another touch. When you have to work on files, do you do it at home where you only touch the neighbors who see you every day? Or do you do it in a neighborhood where you want to work, or at a coffee shop where everyone can see you? Our yard signs are another great touch. The more you put up, the easier it gets to sell in a neighborhood. The best touch of all is an install. If you have an install and aren't there in the morning, you're missing a great opportunity. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., all the traffic is leaving the neighborhood. These people are driving by your install, and you can put your truck there where everybody can see that this is our install. Talk to people who are grabbing the mail or going for a walk. Get yourself in the mindset that on the day of an install, you're going to close at least 3 contracts. Good account managers go out and work their installs well. Great account managers are looking for other people's installs if they don't have one going on. I've known of a guy who signed 5 contracts in a day just by sitting across the street from a competitor's install and grabbing people to walk by. This is the opportunity that an install presents to you. Another thing you need to understand is that no means just not right now. The more activity you have in a neighborhood, the easier it gets to close. I've actually have homeowners call me and say things like, you know, Kevin was out here a few weeks ago and I told him no, but I've seen your signs and I've seen all the work you guys have been doing, and I was wondering, is it too late for me to get an inspection? Seeing a roof or 2 roofs or 5 roofs going on all around will help people change their mind about whether they need a new roof. Use every install as an opportunity to stop by and say hi and see if people you haven't closed yet are ready to move forward. Okay, so now that I'm off of that tangent, let's talk about a few actual objections. One you're going to hear a lot is that the homeowner has just had their home inspected. I use air quotes when I say just, because I've had homeowners tell me that they just had it inspected and it turns out they're talking about an inspection that occurred 5 years ago. Now, this is the perfect situation for a Columbo approach. So let's do some role play. So John here's going to play Matt.
Yeah, we just had it inspected.
Oh, great. Well, here's my card. Give me a call if there's anything I can do for you. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who did that inspection?
Oh, we got inspected when we bought the house.
Oh, well, when was that?
Let's see. I started this new job in September, so I guess it would have been August of last year.
Oh, so the inspector probably didn't see the damage that was caused by the hailstorm last week, did he?
No, probably not.
Well, you want me to jump up there and take a look?
Sure, go ahead.
Great. Well, I'm just going to walk around the house, look for damage to any soft metals such as downspouts, gutters, screens. Then I'll get on the roof and see if there's enough damage to file the claim. If there is, we can sit down and file a claim together. Does that work for you? Is there any reason we can't do that today?
No.
Great. Here's my card. Please look us up online. We're on Better Business Bureau. We have an A rating on Angie's List. Love to work with you.
Okay, sounds great.
Just real quick, as an aside, I want you to remember, do you remember how I told you that Columbo acted like a bumbling idiot? Well, I want to make it clear that giving someone your card and asking them to give you a call is the sales version of being a bumbling idiot. Never give someone your card and expect to get a call. You only do this when you have an end game in mind. So another objection that you're going to hear from homeowners is that they just had a roof replaced. To handle this one, make sure you have some idea of how old the roof is when you get to the door. Now, you can tell by how old a roof is by the algae on it. nearly every shingle manufacturer has a 10-year algae warranty. So if there's no algae on the roof, you might be dealing with a new roof. If there is algae on the roof, you know you're dealing with a roof that's over 10 years old, and you may have a homeowner that's confused about the age of his roof. So let's start with a new roof. Now, if a homeowner has a new roof, they're probably a lot less motivated to get a new roof. And if it was only a small storm that came through, newer shingles can be a little more resilient and less likely to sustain damage, so they may be less likely to get bought in the end. So it's worth a shot, but don't be too brokenhearted if you can't get the sale. In this situation, we're going to start by asking when the roof was replaced. If the roof was replaced after the most recent hailstorm, we're dead in the water. We can't even file a claim on this roof. So just give them your card, get their information, and give them a call after the next storm. If they got the roof replaced before the most recent hailstorm, then they have a legitimate concern. They paid thousands of dollars for a roof that most likely came with a warranty for their peace of mind. However, most shingle manufacturers have a warranty that is voided by hail or wind in excess of 135 miles an hour. Now, this is great information, but remember, we don't want to throw up on our homeowners. Instead, you want to ask them a pointed question. So, did that hailstorm in May violate your warranty? Of course, most homeowners aren't going to know the answer to this question. So when the homeowner says, I don't know if it violated my warranty, say well, you want me to jump up there and check it out? On the other hand, if you walk up to a roof and it's covered in algae, then you know it's over 10 years old. Now, maybe the homeowner just bought the home and the seller lied to him about the age of the roof, or maybe he just doesn't deal with the situation right now. You want to ask a pointed question that gets his attention. So I'd typically go with something like, do you want some help with that warranty issue you have going on here? This should get him curious. When he asks what warranty issue, now you have the opportunity to pull him out, point out that algae on the roof, and talk about the fact that every shingle manufacturer has at least a 10-year algae warranty, and he should probably file a warranty claim for this problem. That's going to get the conversation started and probably get you on the roof. A tough objection to overcome is when they won't even talk to you. You knock the door and all you get is a simple answer like, "We're good." You may as well try to get something in here. So I like to ask, oh, so you're already getting the roof paid for. It may not work, but at least it gets, it may get a conversation started. Another objection you'll see a lot is homeowners who say, "No hail hit here." The best thing to do in this situation is to prove that homeowner wrong. Now, if you're just getting started in the neighborhood, give them your card and tell them that our hail map says it hit here pretty hard. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of work in this neighborhood. I'll just stop by after we've done a few neighbors' roofs. Now, after you've done a few roofs, this type of objection gets a lot easier to handle. Now, I had a homeowner. Her name was Leslie Taylor. I knocked her door, offered to do an inspection. She told me that her friend, who was a contractor who lived in her neighborhood just 3 doors down, had told her there wasn't enough hail and he wouldn't even do an inspection for her. Now, I never thought I was going to be able to get past an objection like this, so I just Columboed the heck out of this one. I got a real deer in the headlights look and just kind of stuttered a little bit and pointed at the install we were doing at the time and said, we just got the Johnson's roof paid for. What could she do? She shrugged, said, okay, and I did the inspection and signed up a $45,000 job. Installs overcome all of your objections. Now let's talk about some objections that you're going to have after you do the inspection and you're trying to close the contract. Let's cover the top 3 things that will eliminate objections to signing a contract. The first one is a good solid pre-close. Number 2 is a good solid pre-close. And number 3 is, you guessed it, a good solid pre-close. Our online presence is going to help you close a lot of deals. We have good reviews, Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List. If you encourage people to look us up online, they're going to find good things and feel much more comfortable working with us. It's going to make it a lot easier for them to sign that contract. Part of a good pre-close is also setting expectations. We give free inspections, but don't get excited to work for free. If a homeowner asks about the inspection and says something like, "It's free, right?" or "It's no obligation, right?" they're indicating to you that they have no interest in working with you. Now, weak salespeople are going to be happy just to get on a roof, and they'll happily give the homeowner the answer he wants. "Oh yeah, it's free, no obligation." If you're just hoping that after you waste your time on his roof, come down covered in sweat, that he's going to feel guilty enough to move forward with you, then it's your fault when you don't get this contract. Always address any issue a homeowner raises as soon as they even hint that it's an issue. If someone suggests they're not going to work with you, it's better to address it now and find out it's a no than to put in a bunch of work for free. So if a homeowner asks, is it a free inspection? Then I tell them, well, it is a free inspection, but if I find damage up there, then we'll sit down and file a claim with your insurance company. Is there any reason you wouldn't want to do business with us? If you as the homeowner are going to take advantage of my time and my inspection and then just call your brother-in-law the roofer, I'm not going to waste my time here. So I want to know, are you willing to work with us? Once you come off a roof and you're trying to sign a contract, the most frequent objection you will hear to signing a contract is something along the lines of, can you just give me an estimate? Now, when homeowners use this phrase, it can have one of several meanings. Usually, it means the homeowner just wants to know what his cost is. Sometimes, it means the homeowner doesn't understand the process and thinks he has to get 3 estimates and let his insurance company choose the one in the middle. The final one, and usually the toughest to deal with, is that the homeowner wants to get an estimate that is lower than what his insurance company has agreed to pay so he can keep the money. So let's role play each one of these.
So can I just get an estimate?
Sure, I'd be happy to get you one, but can I ask, what is it you're looking for in an estimate?
Oh, I just want to know what it's going to cost.
Oh, so are you concerned about what your out-of-pocket cost is going to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if I showed you that we could do it for the lowest cost allowed by law? Would that work for you?
Yeah.
Well, can I just show you how we do business? Well, hopefully by now you know what comes next. And the punchline, as we all know, is, and the only cost to you is your deductible and any upgrades you choose to put on your roof. Does that work for you?
Sure.
So here's the second situation that we talked about. John?
Can you give me an estimate?
Sure, but can I ask what it is you're looking for in an estimate?
Well, I think my insurance company said I need 3 estimates.
Oh, a lot of people think that. Did you know that the law on this was changed in Indiana?
Okay, really?
Yeah, so now insurance companies basically pay a standard industry rate for this type of work, and you're allowed to choose the contractor that you want to work with. Can I show you how our process works?
Sure.
So, homeowners in the last category are going to be the hardest ones for you to deal with. Usually these homeowners are going to be evasive about what it is they want because, let's face it, they're trying to screw us out of money. Now, this may even happen a lot of times when we have a contract with someone and they see the amount on the loss sheet and think that they can keep some of it. Here's what homeowners that want to keep money need to understand. They cannot keep money without committing insurance fraud. The insurance company's loss sheet is the maximum amount the insurance company is going to pay to replace the roof. At the end of the job, we send them an invoice for the amount we charge the customer. If we charge the customer less than what the insurance company agreed to pay, then the insurance company is going to release the amount that we charge the customer. These situations are tough to deal with. Ask the homeowner several questions to find out what it is that they're looking for in an estimate. If they continue to be evasive and won't give you a legitimate explanation of why they want an estimate, then sometimes you just have to come out and address it. So what I'll typically say is something like this. John, we occasionally have people who think they can get the work done for less than the insurance company offered to pay and keep the money. So let me kind of explain to you how the process works. The insurance company will only pay what it actually costs for you to get the roof done. At the end of the job, we send our invoice to the insurance company and they're only going to release that amount. Now, there are companies that will tell the insurance company that this job costs more than it actually did, but this is insurance fraud and people go to jail for this. So this is a tough objection for you guys to handle, but the better you guys get at asking questions and understanding homeowners' concerns, the better you'll be at reading homeowners and understanding who has a legitimate concern and who just wants to keep money.